Hello everyone and welcome to the BIM Zero series. Today's event is what are the BIM profiles and what is BIM curriculum. I'm your host, Daniel Monteiro, a BIM manager, and joining me today is Gustavo Ferreira. Hello, Gustavo.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Today's event is developed by BIM Freelance and sponsored by BIM Week and BIM Campus. Gustavo Ferreira, the speaker today, is an architect, engineer, urbanist, and technologist. And he's also the creator and director of the most popular Master BIM in the world, Master BIM Manager. He's also an advisor of professional certification for Open BIM program in Building Smart and the CEO of BIM Freelance.
Thank you for this kind presentation.
Thank you, everyone, for you're very welcome. So I would like to thank, firstly, everyone who's watching this session, and especially thanking you, Gustavo, for being here and for doing this presentation. So let's start with what are BIM profiles, and you have the word. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, I want to explain with this picture, with this scheme, how it works, the BIM curriculum. BIM curriculum was developed in levels to achieve certain capabilities of efficiency in implementation. Comes from the implementation, and from the point of view of BIM freelance, this is an election that is so important for something that is implemented all over the world in the whole industry. And eco industry is 30%, more than 30% of the global economy. Then this curriculum is easy to understand if you see the stars. And one star is only some stakeholder that has some knowledge, is at least more or less 60 hours or something like that. Then the BIM coordinator. The BIM coordinator is some important profile. Lead architects and lead engineers, the designers, the authors of the design are usually bad skilled, are usually in the past the people that doesn't want to draw in AutoCAD. And you know, it's enough for them to lead a project without knowing the perfect skills that you need for modeling on BIM. And then BIM coordinator is a starting level, and the level of people that can coordinate the task that is itself is creating a project, manage the asset. And then no problem is a level A1 and B1, as you see there. BIM A1 and B1 are levels and are the common levels. Everyone must go there, and then determines the BIM coordinator even for building, industrial, and infrastructure. On the other side, you have 3 stars for the BIM modelers. The BIM modelers are architects, civil engineers, depends on the sector and depends on the BIM environment, are BIM project managers, BIM facility managers, BIM quantity surveyors, BIM site surveyors, you know, are all these BIM profiles, BIM interior architects. So, and then 3 stars is the guys that know how to model. It's important, this kind of level, because 75% of the skills in the building industry in the future, when the IC sector change to these skills and need these skills to update the knowledge about how to model in collaboration, 75%, 80% are modelers or are coordinators, okay? Then you have the level of expert, and there is another levels that are beyond that are masters. But these profiles, this step by step, increasing your value, increasing your knowledge about the BIM, the building information modeling process, is quite easy to understand, is quite easy to use, and is a warranty about the whole process, because people need to be skilled, and you know, all the sector must change. We discovered that I guess in this session, talking about the BIM profiles and the questions that arise, the question that you give to me, you ask me, okay? And then I guess everyone understands this scale. It's not basic, intermediate, or advanced. This is not the point. This curriculum is more complex. It is collaboration, technology, You know, that's why we adopt the Bim curriculum and the Bim profiles as the framework for Bim freelance.
Okay, okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Now, I would like to start with the question, what are Bim profiles and what is it important to talk about them to our audience?
Yeah, I introduced before, but the definition is Bim profiles are the level of skills and abilities you need to be part of collaborative projects in the eco industry. That's the definition. And then this Bim profile usually comes from the disciplines. And then is something that adds this building information modeling skills and also abilities for people to be able to be capable to model and manage the collaborative projects over the eco assets. Okay, more technical, but yeah, definition.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, we need to differentiate the AEC professionals from the eco professionals. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. The traditional AEC, architecture, engineering, construction industry, it doesn't have the O of operations. It's not a life cycle vision. This curriculum has the whole life cycle vision. For example, Bim facility manager is a so important Bim profile, not so skilled, I must say, but need to control the information about how these operations and maintenance will be in the future. Okay, it's more part of the project and not really the author of the design, you know, but a reviewer, an important reviewer. And then the old IC has a different mindset, completely different mindset. And we need for architects, engineers, for project managers, construction managers, etc., for all of these usual discipline profiles, these professionals that are well known in the industry to change to a different mindset. But is the same professionals with the, most of all, with a Bim profile that guarantees that they are capable to develop the modeling or the reviewing.
Okay. So you just now you spoke about Bim facilities manager. I believe that is a Bim profile. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a Bim profile.
Which are the Bim profiles? Which are the Bim profiles? The other
Bim more profiles? Or less the list. The Bim profiles, in fact, are 3 levels. The first level is Bim coordinator. It's the basic. Everyone must have this profile that are modeler, because there is a lowest level, the stakeholder, but it's not modeler. It's somebody that are part of the project. The second level is Bim modeler. In some countries, it's Bim specialist. Okay, it's a specialist about the modeling. And the other, that is more skills. Here is 75% is skills, because collaborative skills are skills also. Skills about how to collaborate. It's not only the theory, it's the practice. And the other is Bim expert. There is a 4th level that is a master level, but needs this kind of skills and abilities for an expert. If you are an expert, you can go in your discipline, in your area. For example, we are architects, both are architects, and then we are moving to this, our discipline is more integrated design. It's not civil engineer or structure engineer, okay? And then everyone goes to a master in as a CTO of this area, but you know, everyone goes this way from a Bim expert level, you know, 4 stars and then 5 stars is the master degree. And then these are the 3 stages of the Bim profiles.
Okay, now these professionals in the Bim profiles, they're the same professionals as before, right? They just learn how to work with Bim.
Yeah, for sure, are the same. We are the same. We changed before, as you know, because we are Bim managers and we are the first in our class because somebody must do the job. But you know, are the same professionals, architects, engineers, industrial engineers, interior architects are the same. only needs to be skilled and know about the collaborative process. That is really the innovation here. Technology and collaboration. First is technology, and then collaboration arise from technology. It's not the same, because technology manages the infrastructure, the resources, the means, but collaboration manages people, and how people collaborate is a different mindset, set of skills. Sorry.
Okay, so this is all an important point, right? These profiles, this recognition, this accreditation. How does it work? Is all of that certified?
Well, in the case of Bim Curriculum, has a certification system, is the same certification system that other contents. We deliver our content to Bim Curriculum. Bim Curriculum approves our content. That's important because the same question can arise from elsewhere universities or elsewhere provider of education, in this case, and can adapt. This curriculum is so easy to implement. We follow the skills and abilities and follow the curriculum. And the Bim Curriculum has a software as a service, an infrastructure for the students, for us, to do the work, to create the content, and then send the information about the progress of the student. And then at the end, and when you fulfill the requisite, the levels for a profile, they certify some profile for some application, for some software solution. For example, if you have Revit 2014, you are out of date. You are out of the scope, and there is a lot of things there that are not really the 21 version, the 2021 version of Revit. It's quite important for the owners and for the team to have people that has the right skills. I work with Revit. Which version of Revit? Because the solution increase the features so much, and even the environments. For example, now we have not Bim 360. It's not available anymore. Is the past, and now is Autodesk Construction Cloud, but it's the same. It's enhancing the system, and the skills of Bim 360 is available. This is more or less the collaborative environment, And then Revit with Bim 360, now Autodesk Construction Cloud, are important to know. And people from 2000 Revit 2014 has know these skills, this knowledge about this knowledge and skills about how to use the system in a collaborative way. That's the point.
Okay. So now the IECO industry has various sectors. They have building, infra, and industrial.
Yeah.
Okay. So are the Bim profiles different in each sector?
Yeah, the Bim profiles are different, but not the levels. The levels, Bim A1, Bim B1, Bim A2, Bim A3, Bim, change the name, but the level or the needs or the learning outcomes you need are the same. It's quite interesting that 3 sectors has the same curriculum, the same. We'll see these levels on the next part of this Bim Zero, because we explain how the Bim curriculum works, and it's quite interesting that it's the same for the whole building information modeling process. If you work on building, okay, if you work with infra, different Bim environments and different applications, different solutions, different plugins, so on, and industrial, that are quite different sectors, but all are built environment sectors, okay, in IECO industry.
So the purpose of these profiles is to hire certified professionals. Is that right?
Yeah, that's one of the most important things of the Bim curriculum. Is so efficient to exchange this kind of framework with the rest of the world, because the IECO industry is so complex. It's easy to understand. The levels, in fact, are 12 Bim profiles, for example, for modelers, coordinator 13th, and the others are 2 more, 15th profiles, and there is only 6 levels, for example, for this kind of modelers, and 9 levels for Bim experts. the number of levels you must do to have a profile, for example, 3, with one level you increase 2 or 3 profiles. When you have this accreditation, somebody knows that a BIM architect is for the BIM use of author of design, you know, or a civil engineer is the author of design in the case of infrastructure projects, you know. Then it's easy to understand. And the purpose of the profiles or the system, the BIM profile system, is to ensure the community of the IPD, so-called IPD, Integrated Project Delivery, the companies, that the people that are there are skilled in the role that they are assuming and are assigned to. Because people are assigned to a role, and I am a BIM architect, but I can be a BIM interior architect. I'm not telling that interior architect is the same that architecture, you know, that is a different kind of question. But, you know, I can act as a BIM coordinator in the project. Or I can act, for example, is in my skill set as a BIM project manager, not really a project manager. I am not really a PMP or Lean Construction Project Manager 35. But, you know, I can do the work of the cost, time, and energy. You know, and that's the point. The purpose is make so efficient and so reliable for the clients to hire people, because the clients are the ones. I guess we are talking about the same, because we are talking about the public. The public here are, for example, developers or investors or investment fund or asset managers, people from the fintech more than the build tech. Okay, and people that are building their own home, or people from the government that need to know how it works, and are really the people that hires the team right now.
Okay, so why is that useful for us as clients, for example?
Yeah. If you are the client, you are the owner, you put the money there, you need the requirements, and you need something, an asset to work with your business, maybe a resident business or elsewhere, or the business model can be to own something or can be operate something. That's your model, and you decide your team. And then when you decide your team, the BIM profiles guarantee you that you are hiring the right people. And as clients, the BIM profile system is quite a guarantee that you are doing the right job, and it's not complex. You don't need to know a lot of things. For this BIM use, there is this BIM profile, and that's it.
Okay, so we're capable of hiring those professionals as well, right?
Completely. It's so easy. It's a piece of cake, as I must say. Is you need somebody in the BEP. You understand the BEP because a lot of owners go to the BIM Zero and understand what is a BIM execution plan, what is a BIM implementation plan, what is a STAR guidelines, and knows this kind of things and learn how to hire people. But in fact, when you go to the BEP and says, I need somebody for the design authoring of my retail locationing Dade Mall in Miami. And then you have you assign one BIM architect or interior architect for there, and you know that this BIM use goes to a BIM architect or a BIM interior architect. You know, it's easy. And you are the one who hires your team, not other people.
But, yes, I'm sorry. So, but how do we know that those professionals are up to date?
Because the BIM curriculum has only 3 years of you lose the BIM curriculum, you lost your profile if you are not updated. For example, in your application is Revit. As I talk about Revit, 2014, you are completely out of date. And then, you know, with Revit 2020, you are in the right skills. You need to guarantee some standard, but the application, the solution that you use has some features. If you increase the features, this is not the same. It's like an architect. If there is some system to draw, and I don't learn that system because I am an old one, I need to update. I need to update these skills. And the system integrates the updating of the skills. And it's easy because in the system, when we update the skills of somebody, is not the whole framework. You don't need to know everything to repeat your training. It's only that skills that are precisely in the level that that is in the class lesson, that is assigned to this skill. And then the system is control about the skills, and we know all how it works. And it's important that the right skills go to the people with the right skills go to a collaboration team and do the right job, because the other thing can be something complicated if the people has not the same level, the same capabilities about BIM, building information modeling.
Okay, so during this discussion about BIM profiles, you've talked several times about BIM curriculum, and it sounds like those are very mixed together. Those are very connected.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question. Is about the BIM a little tricky about some, make some.
Yes. I was talking about how you've been talking about BIM curriculum, very connected with the BIM profiles.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to ask you to talk a bit about BIM curriculum in a bit more detail.
Yeah, the BIM curriculum. Okay, that's it. When we see the sharing. Okay, and then this is the BIM curriculum framework. This is a matrix, and the levels are not only for building information modeling, but for technology that come from the sector. And then you see the 5 levels of competence: modeling, communication, organization, management, and implementation. And on the other side, level 0, 1, 2, 3, you see the levels that you increase your levels till the level you need, and the combination of these levels create the BIM profiles. For example, if you are a BIM manager, you know the whole picture of the levels 0, 1, 2, and 3, and the whole A, B, C, D, E. All these levels are needed for a BIM manager. For sure, it is easy for you because you start with BIM coordinator and then go to a BIM modeler, okay, BIM specialist, and then if you, with some application of system or the other, if you go to a presentation that you will have in the future, I don't know which date, about the multi-sectorial and multi-platform. The multi-platform means that some modeler can know one system, another system, because there is 4 systems at least about the BIM modeling, Revit, ArchiCAD, Plan, Ecosim, and then open roads, InfraWorks for infrastructures, open plans. There is a lot of BIM environments out there, and the same framework is useful for every BIM environment. You use the same, okay? And then that is interesting is that you are increasing your levels and you are increasing your profiles, and you decide when you stop. If you want to stop in the modeling process, okay, you don't go to the organization, you don't go to the level C, or the level of management, or the level of implementation. And sometimes, as the information managers are not really BIM managers, need the level 5, that is all these A, B, C, D, A5, is A5, B5, C5, that are skills about technology, because information managers are technologists, but need a profile to understand the modeling process. It's quite important to explain the B competence. The B competence are completely an innovative question about this profile. Not only the technology, that are the blue levels, but the column B is quite important because it's a collaborative process. And then it's communication, interoperability. Is the only available curriculum, the framework is the only available framework for collaboration in the eco industry right now. That's why we adopt that, because we need to collaborate, we need to interoperate, we need the information for the decision making. in this process. And you know, the B column guarantees that we are working together in the project entity, in the project team. And that's the whole point of the BIM. BIM is not only modeling, it's the relationship, it's a metaphor of the relationship between all the stakeholders to create value in the early design stage. This is called IPD, the methodology. But you know, BIM is synonymous of collaboration. That's the whole point. This framework is available. You see this complexity. And I guess at the end of this curriculum, that is in progress because technology is so complex, I guess arise 40 profiles, different levels of different areas of profiles arise from this curriculum. That is quite remarkable.
Okay, so with this presentation of these levels and this framework, what is BIM curriculum?
Yeah, BIM curriculum is the framework and the mapping system for the competence of the building information modeling technologies and methodologies to acquire a level and to share with others and to implement a level where the industry can share the profiles and can be sure about the right skills and certify the skills of the modelers, of the experts, of elsewhere role that you are assigned in an asset operation.
Okay, and what are the advantages?
Clearly, more efficiency is easy to implement. When we create as BIM managers, as you know, as BIM consultants, create a BIM implementation plan, the most important part of this plan is the training plan, education and training plan. Education because of the collaborative culture, but also training because we need. Usually, it's not usual to fire all the people in a company, but retain this value of the knowledge, of the experience, and then only this is not easy, but train these people for these ones to change, to recycle, and understand what is happening and will be the future of the project. Not only these skills, but the collaborative culture, as I say. And then the BIM curriculum is so easy to assign levels. You go to the A1, the BIM A1, and the BIM B1, full, everyone, 100% go to Revit 2021. And we also work with people that work with Bentley open buildings. And then you go to Bentley open buildings, I guess is the update, the Connect update 5. I don't remember the version right now. And then these two applications you go to A1 of Revit and A1 to open buildings. And not everyone goes to the A2 or the A3. If the profiles needs, and you are, for example, the project manager, don't go to the A1 and A3. You only go to the B2. That is more 4D, 5D, is your part, is the time that you manage, okay? And then you acquire. For example, the facility management, do the same as the project manager because it's the same scope. And then the structural engineer go to the B3, not to the B2, you know? And then you create a training plan and everyone needs only 90 hours, 120 hours, 150 hours, 60 hours, but it's completely efficient. And you join the people, goes to the level, and even create a team when you are on practice, okay? Create a really a networking about BIM. You create the engagement. And then the curriculum is so easy that even at university, when you go to a degree and you are 4 years in a university degree in a school of architecture, for example, or a school of civil engineering, you are acquiring competence. You map this competence to a level. And when this competence, this learning outcome are achieved, you earn the level. And when the levels match, you automatically in the BIM curriculum acquire the BIM architect or the BIM civil engineer. That's one of the most interesting things. You acquire a level and it's automatic. The BIM CV Online, that is the software as a service, is the place, the platform that certify for the progress for the students, professionals that are recycling. send you an email or send you some notification that you earn this BIM profile or the other, because your actions that are on progress. Okay, it's quite interesting that somebody that is in a master, the first module in our master, for example, achieves 10 BIM profiles, and it's incredible the gamification of that. Okay, you earn these levels, and you recognize and you say, okay, if I'm a BIM architect, I will do the job of BIM architect on the project, even if you are only BIM project manager, but you have the skills, for example, to model walls or windows, and you can substitute a BIM architect in some. You are under supervision. Even this way, even this thing is useful. Then the BIM curriculum is a creation. It's really something that is a system for the whole semantic curriculum of the eco industry. That's a great thing.
Okay, it really is. Okay, so about the industry, I believe it is your opinion that the industry must change entirely and fast. And I remember BIM curriculum was designed for a fast implementation. Is that right?
Yeah. The BIM curriculum was designed from the implementers. As I say, for example, in the BIM implementation plan, we have this kind of BIM consultancy specialization that we know how it works. 300 million professionals must change the mindset. This is not about draw something. Change from drawing on a sheet, on a layout, and draw in AutoCAD and create a electronic paper, a PDF, is not really a change. You change from the desk to a different desk, that is the computer. Okay, that's incredible change, but only because it's a different, it's a different age. You are in a different position, but this is the change. This is the real change, actually. And then the industry must change, and the system is prepared as the system of the languages. This level create this profile, and this is nothing new. This is not really an innovation. It's innovation because of the collaboration and the technology, but the system works for languages or for some transversal knowledge, some transversal skills and abilities you need to introduce in your set of skills, of competence. And that's why this curriculum is prepared to implement the industry in a faster way. It's quick to understand, it's quick to implement, and can be adopted so soon because the flexibility and versatility of the system is really a creation, and will be, I guess, this is not only for our industry. The same framework can be used in the future, but I am part of the eco industry. That's my point. I am not in the communication sector or in the marketing sector, communication marketing, in the health sector or the government sector or the fintech sector. I am not in this kind of scope. I'm not an architect achieving different knowledge and perspective and vision about how it works. And especially in my field, that is BIM education, BIM curriculum was so easy to adopt in the case of BIM freelance.
Yeah, we are both architects and in the eco world. Me as a BIM manager as well, benefiting for that from that profile system, right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially architects are in the building industry, as you know, because civil engineers has different scope, but are the same, but different kind of thing that they are doing. But it's the same process, and we benefit. We are the beneficiaries. We benefit a lot from this kind of system, and to be sure that the others has the right skills. Okay, that is quite important in a collaborative manner, because if there is people there that are not well skilled and don't know how to collaborate, it's a great mess. They don't understand, and if they don't understand, they reject and then create problems for the client. And we are creating value for the client. This curriculum is the guarantee for the client that everyone has the same standard. Okay, and it's quite important. And this standard is increasing and increase the value for them. That is a piece of the system. It's created, is working, is tested in 6 years in our case, is tested in 3,000 BIM master profiles, a lot. You know, it's 5,500 people are, in our case of BIM freelance, are use the BIM curriculum, and it's working so good from 14th. And we are happy to use this kind of system, and we are trying to expand more with our contents, but using the BIM curriculum and the advantage of the BIM curriculum.
Okay, this has been great. It has been very clarifying. So thank you, Gustavo, for your presence. I would like to tell our audience to continue checking the BIM Freelance website for future events, both in the BIM Zero series and other series. And lastly, I would like to thank everyone who's been viewing this session, and especially you, Gustavo, for being here as a speaker for us.
Thank you, Daniel.
Okay, bye everyone.